Let's look at principle 14. A line drawn from or through the center of the circle, perpendicular to a chord, bisects the chord and the arc cut off by the chord. This means that the line drawn through the center of the circle divides the chord and the arc exactly in half when drawn at a 90-degree angle. Therefore, the length of this line is the same as the length of this line. And the length of this arc is the same as the length of this arc. We learned that diameter DE is perpendicular to chord AB. We can conclude that AC is equal to BC, and arc AD is equal to arc BD, and arc AE is equal to arc BE. The use of principle 14 with principle 9, the Pythagorean theorem, has wide practical application. Let's look at an example. Imagine that hole A, B, and C need to be drilled on this piece of material. The centers of holes A and C lie on the 280 millimeter diameter bolt circle. The center of hole B lies on the intersection of chord AC and line segment OB. Line segment OB is perpendicular to AC. These are the dimensions on the drawing. Take a moment to look at them. Using principle 14 and principle 9, we can find the dimensions for F, G, and H. Principle 14 teaches us that AB is equal to BC. So 250 millimeters divided by 2 equals AB, which is equal to BC. Therefore, AB must equal 125 millimeters, and therefore BC must also equal 125 millimeters. Now let's solve F. F is equal to 200 minus 125. 200 is the distance from the edge of the workpiece to the center of the workpiece. We subtract from that 200 125, which is the distance from the center of the workpiece to hole A. 200 minus 125 is the size of F, which is 75. Now let's solve G. G is equal to 200 plus 125. Notice that G, found at the bottom of the diagram, is equal to the 200, which is the distance from the edge of the workpiece to the center of the workpiece, plus the distance from the center of the workpiece to hole C. G equals 325. Now let's solve H. Notice that triangle ABO forms a right angle triangle when using the radius from the center of the circle to point A, line segment AB, and line segment OB. If we want to solve H, which is the distance from the bottom of the workpiece to the hole locations, then we need to know the length of line segment OB. H equals 180 plus OB. So we need to solve OB. To solve OB, we need to use Principle 9. As a reminder, Principle 9, the Pythagorean theorem states a squared plus b squared equals c squared, where c is always the hypotenuse. AO is the hypotenuse and is equal to the diameter divided by 2. Remember, the diameter is 280. Divided by 2, then AO is equal to 140. And we already know that AB is equal to 125. So to solve OB, the formula looks like this. Now let's fill in what we know. Let's rewrite to solve for OB by removing the squared sign from OB and adding the square root sign on the other side of the equal sign. OB is equal to 63.05 millimeters. Now that we have the length of OB, we can solve H. H is equal to 180 plus 63.05. H is equal to 243.05 millimeters.